Okay, let's continue with our indices. If I were to give you this, x to the power of minus 3. Now, if I give you this here, this minus 3 is really hard to picture what's going on inside your mind. So when you see a minus 3, immediately jump to this. Not always, but if you ever get confused over how to visualize this, then you can actually visualize it like this. Okay, so x to the power of minus 7. Well, if you don't really understand this, then inside your mind convert it to this. Okay, so you could have x to the power of, let's say, 3. Well, x to the power of 3 means x times x times x. That's what it means. And if the thing is, if you could also have something like this, x to the power of a half. Okay, I know this. You can have x to the power of 2, so that means x times x. X to the power of minus 3. Well, jump to this, then you get an idea of what's going on. But then x to the power of a half. Again, just accept it. Okay, so this x to the power of half means this, square root of x. Just accept it for the time being. The square root of x. Okay, so hang on. X to the power of a third. Well, that means x to the cube root of x. Okay. Now x square root, you should have a 2 there, but because square root we use it so often, we just don't bother writing the 2 here. Okay, whereas the cube root, we have to put the small 3 there, so people know it's a cube root. Now a cube root is let me give you an example here. Hang on. Let's say 8 to the power of a third. Now, what does that mean? Well, when you have a power of a fraction, again, it's hard to picture what's going on inside your mind. So visualize it like this: the 8 goes in here, and it's a cube root of 8. Okay, just accept it. So if I ask you what's 9 to the power of a half, now to the power of a half, it's hard to understand what's going on. So when you have a power of a fraction, then immediately jump to this. Okay, so this will be square root, but we don't bother writing the 2 here. It's just when it's a 2, it's so common, we just call it the square root, and we would just write the square root sign without the 2. Whereas a 3, you have to put the 3 in there, or if it's a 4, let's say I don't know, 12 to the power of a quarter, then that becomes for the fourth root, okay, of 12. Well, anyway, back to this 8 here. 8 to the power of a third. It's hard to understand what a power of a third means. So jump to this, okay, and then once you're here, then what this means is, look for a number when you times by itself gives you 8. So what number when you times by itself gives you 8? Well, you could try 3. 3, 3, 3. Well, 3 times 3 would be 9, and then times 3 again would be 27. So 27 doesn't equal 8. Okay, so 3 is not the right answer. So you've got to look for a number when you times by itself 3 times, because we're talking about the cube root, gives you 8. So well, have a guess, maybe 2. Well, 2 times 2 would be 4. 4 times 2 again would be 8. So the cube root of 8 is 2. Okay. So hang on. Let me give you another example here. So what's the let's say 27 to the power of a third. Now, to the power of a third, it's hard to understand what's going on. So jump to the cube root here, the cube root of 27. So you've got to look for a number when you times by itself 3 times gives you 27. Okay, so look for a number when you times by itself gives you 27. Well, it happens to be 3. because well, 3 times 3 would be 9. Okay, merge these two together gives you 9, and then you still got to times 3. Now 9 times 3 is 27. So basically, the cube root of 27 is 3. Okay, so if you have any number, let's say x to the power of 1 over a, say, well, it's hard to understand what well, x to the power of like a seventh. Well, immediately jump to this, the root, and then 7 goes here, and then x goes here. So immediately jump to the seventh root. So what I'm trying to say here is this equals this, the whatever a is. Okay.